episode of Mr. Badger Talks to Utter Scum. I'm here with a returning guest of mine, Mr. Brussels Sprouts. How are you, Mr. Brussels?
I'm all right, cheers, mate. How are you?
I'm mentally ill.
Yes, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's
Any
the
more
lockdown.
so? Yeah, has it made it worse?
Yes,
Yeah, in what way?
the head.
The head, yeah.
The head's not. It's gone wrong.
It's gone wrong. Is it the angry wrong again?
Yes.
Oh no, have you been burning?
No, I've not burnt any. A little bit of stabbing, no burning.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's technically progress, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's all uphill. Is that wrong, or is it downhill? I don't know.
I've no idea with you, mate. Like, how are you finding the lockdown though? Are you locked down with anyone?
No, I'm in a house that I am legally allowed to be in. I've not killed anybody, and I'm on my own with the corpse with the people upstairs.
Right. Okay. So it was quite serious stabbing.
So we're here today to talk about. You want to talk to me about what was it again?
It's about drugs.
What, like night nurse and that?
Yeah, that's a drug. That's one of them. There's a lot of different kinds of drugs. I want to know what's your favourite one?
I don't know. I'm not really au fait with drugs. I've never taken anything apart from like lots of alcohol.
Right. Okay. That's a drug. That's a drug. That's so booze will count.
Booze then.
All right.
I like.
What's your drink? What's your drink, Mr. Badger?
I used to like a lot of drink, but I can't have any now because I've got gout.
Jesus Christ. Gout in that suit must be a hell of a fucking disease.
Well, I don't have an option because it's sort of grafted onto my skin now.
Right, okay, yeah, you've merged with it.
Yeah, that's right. I have to keep it on all the time now.
Okay, well, I'm glad I don't have to see the monstrosity underneath.
But nobody can see it now. If I take it off, my skin comes off with it, which looks even scarier apparently.
All right, show me off camera afterwards. I'm tempted by a peek.
Do you want to see that bit? I can show you
No,
that.
put it away. Put it away.
Oh,
Have you not learned from Louis C.K.?
I thought this was my OnlyFans account.
Well, good plug for that. Like, how much is your OnlyFans?
I don't know, like 5p. I'll take what I can get, mate.
You're fucking giving it away, aren't you?
Yeah, might as well. So, but so you're on drugs at the moment then?
I am actually. Yeah, I'm on cannabis.
What?
Weed. I've had a bit of weed.
You've weed yourself.
I have. Well, I have now. Like I did when my camera came on.
Yeah.
So your fucking visage. No, it's a bit of marijuana.
Marijuana. What's that then?
It's a plant that you smoke, and it makes you less of a.
I don't think I need any of that.
I don't know. It might chill you out a little bit. You know, next time you fancy a stabbing, might be worth a little try.
So next time I'm thinking the bad thoughts,
Yeah.
open a can of bees.
No, not a can of bees. That might help with the bad thoughts eventually, but not in the good way. You know, we're trying to sort it in a more healthy way, aren't we? So maybe you're probably going to need something a bit stronger than cannabis. To be fair, I don't know if it's going to quite cover whatever this is.
What do the bees do?
Well, like I think in your case, they probably run away from you.
Bees don't run. I don't know how to break this to you.
They do once you've pulled the fucking wings off.
Oh dear.
Have you ever frozen a bee?
And say that again.
No, have you ever frozen a bee? It's something like my mate used to do when I was a teenager. He used to like catch a bee or a fly and put it in the freezer, and then they go to sleep, and then you can tie a bit of string to them, and then you got a bee on a string.
Okay.
Genuinely true.
So these drugs are good for you then, yeah?
They're good drugs, yeah. We learned this around the time I was first learning about smoking weed, coincidentally.
So weed makes you attach insects to a piece of string and keep them as pets.
I don't know if I can fully blame the weed for that. I think that was being 14 and bored that did that.
Oh, so you did drugs when you were a child?
Yeah, I started smoking weed when I was 13.
Do lots of kids take this drug?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, especially in this country. I think a lot of kids get on it quite early.
And can you disguise it, or like, does it taste of anything in particular?
What, weed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like weed.
So like,
it's quite a strong smell.
I don't know, say you put some sleeping tablets in with it.
Right.
Would you notice?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Ah, that's probably not a good drug for me then.
No, if you like, right. So what I'm guessing you've got some sleeping problems. You'd like to suddenly go to sleep and not remember anything that happens to you for about 4 to 6 hours. Is that
Maybe
the sort of drug that you're
widen the anus as well?
Okay, right. We're looking. We're more looking in an opiate sort of area for you, I think. We're going to need something a bit more military grade, maybe a temazepam, a diazepam, one of the PAMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xanax, like that might be nice. You're going to need something a bit stronger, though, I think. You're going to need something industrial.
I'm a strong badger.
Oh, I lied. I bet you are. Oh, that was upsetting.
They can't escape when I pin them down.
This isn't all right, is it?
Have you ever pinned anybody down?
I don't know that I have, you know. Like, I'm not very good at fighting. I have when I've been asked to. We'll put it like that. It's been requested.
That's my excuse too. That's what I always say in court. They wanted me to.
Yeah, but then they have one little look at your fleshless, like maskless head. Like, no one wanted that.
Well, which head are we talking about here?
Either way, you look like a fucking sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah. Oh, have you been watching terrible films on Netflix?
Yeah, I've watched all the good ones.
Yeah. Oh, that's the only thing that's happened with lockdown, isn't it? People are just watching every single piece of shit available. Well,
yeah, because no one's making anything new. Because they can't, or like, you know, and everything that's been made in lockdown's been dog shit, hasn't it? Like, so yeah, like all the, you know, you're running out of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Look how fucking shit this is. You'd have to be a proper stupid.
Imagine the poor fucker who's making it.
Oh my god, just desperate. It makes me sad, to be honest with you. I try not to think about it.
But would you say then that your drug intake is helping you get through Netflix?
Yeah, it really has. It's really, really helped. When I was watching, I watched the other night, I watched a film called Killer Microwave, and I'll be honest, without my without the weed, I don't know if it would have been a movie I would have made all the way through. Right.
So what was that about?
So, well, actually, not about a killer microwave, disappointingly. Right, so it was about a bloke who kills his wife and then cooks her in a microwave afterwards. And it is, genuinely, this is a recommendation for you, Mr. Badger. I think you'd fucking love this film, right? Because it is the most misogynistic thing I've ever seen. And it's also really, badly made. So I think you'd be all over this vibe. It's like the opening shot, right? Just a pair of tits, right? As they're walking down the street. That's how we open. Boom, I'm in, baby. And basically what happens is the opening scene is a confused woman trips up into a fence that has a tit-shaped hole, and some construction workers run and trip over each other trying to grab their tits, while another man grabs her bum from behind. That's our opening scene.
When does it get misogynistic?
Well, later on. No, this is just like a fun warming up bit, right? This is like the sexy bit at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, like basically this it's just about this like middle-aged construction worker who hates his wife, who is, by the way, the funniest acting I've ever seen ever. You've got to go watch this film. There is the wife acts everything at like 3 times the amount of acting intensity you need for the scene. So he'll like come home and she's got to say the line, "Where have you been?" And she delivers it like this. She goes, "Where have you bean! And like, the whole thing's like that. So when she goes in the microwave, you're fucking delighted. It's dead good. My girlfriend hated it and gets really angry whenever I bring it up.
Oh, is she a fucking feminist?
She is, mate. Yeah. She's got a job and everything.
Dirty.
Yeah. I know, mate. I know. I'm trying to, subdue her as much as I can. Just little insults. I try and chip away at her self-confidence, but her parents really praised her as a child. It's really gone to her head.
You give her opiates and pin her down. Teach her a lesson.
Yeah, all right. I'll give that a try, mate. Cheers for the tip.
It works. Look at me. I'm 64 years old, and all the ladies want me.
Yeah, are you dating?
So, the drugs that you're on now, you're on. Yeah. Did you say you're on heroin at the moment?
No, I've never done heroin. Well, not intentionally. I think I might have done a couple of times by accident, but I never meant to. I don't want to get into there's the lifestyle drugs are like heroin and crack and meth, and I think those are the ones that I've let go. I've not bothered with them. Meth might be good for you. You might like a bit of meth, I think. It fits your sort of vibe. You've got quite a methy vibe.
Oh, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah,
I'll put that on my poster for me next show. Rob Mulholland. He's got a methy vibe.
Like, if someone told me that you were like really into meth, I'd be like, yeah. I wouldn't be like, what? The Badger guy?
Yeah, well, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not really.
I don't think it's either a compliment or an insult. I think it's just a statement of fact, isn't it?
It's just an accurate representation.
It's just an observation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What drug would you say people would describe you as?
I don't know, I want to be weed, but I'm too grumpy. I'm too edgy. I get pissed off too much. So I don't know.
Is this real life you, or is this comedy you? Because in person, you're quite a nice gentleman.
I am, yeah, because I get it all out on stage, I go and shout all the things that I'm genuinely pissed off about, and look, I speak to my girlfriend. I'm not chill all the time. I've got a really short temper, so I just get all that out on stage, and that's a scream and a shout there. And as you well know from being in the comedy circuit, it's always the ones who pretend to be nice that are the proper fucking psychos.
Oh, yeah.
When you go on stage, it's just that's such a cathartic release to go, fuck all these things I fucking hate. Then when I walk off, I'll just be nice. It's cool. It's gone. I've had a nice time.
So you're allowed to do that then?
Yeah.
Because I get it all out on stage, and I get bans.
Yeah. What are you getting out? Is it your little badger lipstick?
All of it.
All of it?
The sack. The lot. All 3 balls.
Oh, just the idea of your little hairy little badger nuts just really upset me then.
They're not little, they're massive. They touch my knees.
What's your ratio? Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Yeah, like a space hopper's handle.
Well, I think it's as I've got older, the balls have gotten bigger, and they've pulled on the dick, and it's gone in.
I don't think that's how it works. Is that how it's connected on you?
I need a little handle on the side that I can wind to pull the balls up and push the cock out.
Do you think the balls are like a fucking counterweight to your dick?
Yes.
Okay, it could be. I'm not gonna, double check you on that. I will very much take your word for how your dick and balls looks.
I know science.
Do you?
No. We'll have a quick break now. Is that all right? Because I think I need to check me downstairs.
Sure.
All right, I'll see you in part 2.
Cool.
So we're here for part 2 of Mr. Madden Talks Sort of Scum with Rusty Butterscotch. So, Rusty, you were telling me that you like to take lots of ketamine.
I have taken quite a lot of ketamine in my time. I haven't for a while. When I was a younger man, ketamine was definitely involved on several occasions. It's not my favourite drug, ketamine. It's one you got to be careful with,
Well, when you say younger man, how old are you now?
I'm 32 years old, Mr. Badger.
Oh, it's too old for me. How old were you when you were taking the ketamines?
I think the peak of my ketamine use was early on when I was like 17, 18, 19, I got into it. And then like I didn't for a while. Then mid-20s was the peak of my ketamine use, I think.
Yeah. Is it not true that ketamine is a horse tranquilizer?
I don't know about that, I think that might be a myth. I think it's just a genuine a tranquilizer. It's a disassociative or dissociative. I can't remember what the word is. Basically, it makes you it sort of makes it feel like your mind detaches from your body a bit.
So like you don't really know what's going on, and you might be more suggestible to doing new things.
Yeah, mate, possibly. It can render you like pretty motionless, like you can still be conscious but not really be able to move, so you got to be careful with it. You can't use too much or that might happen.
Where'd you get it from?
You're gonna have to ask about, like it's not legally available.
I don't really have any friends though.
That might be a problem for you. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell you ketamine.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry mate.
Would you sell me anything that might render somebody immobile?
No, not literally nothing. I wouldn't sell you like regular grade sellotape in case you got up to no good with it.
Is sellotape a type of drug? Do you suck on it or something?
No, don't suck sellotape. I don't think anything bad would happen except for the mental image that it's giving me.
Yeah. Would you wrap it around your dick and pull hairs off?
Don't do that with sellotape. No, I'd like hairs up the dick. Are we talking shaft?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Have you not got a hairy shaft?
I've not. No. My shaft is hair free, I believe. Smooth.
Well, every time I pull the hairs out, all the pus comes out too.
Oh well. Maybe get to a vet.
Well, I'm not allowed to have anybody touch me. I get excited and I do things.
Right, okay, yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, like, all right, well, just, maybe try and get some of the pus out. You got to get it out eventually, haven't you?
I squeeze it out, like Primula. Put it on a bagel.
Well, hey, it's probably a good source of protein, I'd imagine. Look at it like that.
Oh, it's not.
What's in it?
I don't know, but it makes me pass out.
Maybe this is a new drug.
I wouldn't. I don't think you could get it legally, and I think even dealers would refuse to sell it, no matter the price. I think it's
they've got to handle it.
Do you remember in RoboCop 2, they had that drug that they were giving to kids and it ended up killing them?
Yeah.
I think it's like that.
Okay.
I think they were giving them badger jizz.
Maybe you could dry it out into little pellets. And then you could crush it up and snort it.
Although, saying that, I haven't got a nose.
Yeah, that is going to be a problem for you when it comes to taking drugs. Like, there are going to be certain ones that are going to be trickier for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cocaine is going to be... It's mainly... You can do it in other ways. Like, have you ever put cocaine up your bum?
No.
All right, well, you've never lived.
You put cocaine up your anus?
Well, yeah, like, sometimes your nose gets sore, like, because you've been doing it for a while, because that's one of the things about coke. It's, it's not a one and done. Like, once you're doing coke, that's what you're doing for the foreseeable future.
It's not one and done, it's up the bum.
Yeah, eventually, if you get a bit of a sore nose, or, if you just... cocaine leads to things happening, right? It leads to events. So, maybe you're getting a little bit fruity, you pop a little bit up your bum.
To be fair, most people at events that I've been at are on cocaine.
Right, okay. Yeah, just you sober in the corner.
Yeah, I say I'm a good badger. I don't do anything wrong. So,
just watch.
But I've noticed a lot of the celebrities are on the cocaine.
Yeah, it's a very popular drug amongst celebrities because it's expensive, so it's got that sort of like classy feel, even though you've got to like go into toilet cubicles to do it. And also, it's like one of the main things about coke is it makes it feel really good to talk about yourself and be a which celebrities love doing.
And that's why a lot of comedians take it then.
Yes, it's very popular amongst comedians, and it leads to them being even less funny than they normally are. Yeah. So, yeah, there is no worse place to be than a room full of comedians on cocaine, and I've been in loads of them.
Have you been in a room after you've had cocaine and you've got a slightly randy badger sitting next to you?
Okay, there is one place worse than a room full of comedians on cocaine, and you've just described it. Yeah,
Mr. Badger's dungeon.
Mr. Badger's dungeon with your little dick even more withered by the cocaine you're on.
Oh no, my little dick gets very, very big when I'm around people.
It's good you're locked down then. I'm glad you kept there.
Oh, I'm not locked down.
No?
Now I can go wherever I want.
Have you not got the tag anymore?
No, I've got a tag, but me and the police have got an arrangement.
What's the arrangement?
Have you ever seen Dexter?
I haven't, but I'm aware of the concept.
Yeah, so what it is, he's like a killer, isn't he?
Yeah,
but he only kills criminals. Well,
yeah.
I go after young offenders. And
Sure.
basically, whatever that... Who's going to believe I was attacked by a 6-foot badger? You're not going to believe it, are you? He stuck it up me. Oh.
How many, like, surely after a while though, even like the police are very incompetent, but surely after like the 7th or 8th child has told them that they got molested by a badger, they'd at least have a look into it, wouldn't they?
They'd probably think it was like that, what's it called? Slender Man or something. They just think it was like an internet myth.
You think it's a meme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus in Shropshire,
they
just say it was something black and white, and in Shropshire they just arrest the black one, you know.
Yeah,
they ignore the white crimes.
Yeah. You just need to put a bit of white makeup on,
yeah.
Fill in your patches, fine.
Yeah, they might think I'm mixed race, which technically to them is still black.
Yeah, that's still arrestable, I think, to the Shropshire police.
Right, it's executable. In Shropshire, you're on the gallows.
Have you still got gallows in Shropshire, and you've not been on them?
No, because I say in Shropshire I'm a minor celebrity.
Yeah, and you've already got a bag on your head. You'd be fine, wouldn't you?
I would. I'm the 4th most interesting person in Shropshire.
4th most interesting. Who's number 5? Who are you more interesting than?
There's a man who fucks watermelons.
And you're one more interesting than him?
Yeah, because I can't get an erection. I've tried, you know.
So that's more interesting that you've got erectile dysfunction. That adds an air of mystery to you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're impotent.
I even put like a bra on it and a pair of sexy knickers, but it didn't do anything.
Just because it laid there, it just didn't really do it for you.
Didn't look like
Put a bit of life into it.
Yeah. Give it like a dummy. What type of... We were talking about cocaine being bad for performers.
Sure. Well, depending on the performer and the situation, it did quite well for Robin Williams, I think, for a bit, up to a point.
I was going to say, my good friend achieved a lot of success in his cocaine days.
Certainly.
And perhaps that may have affected his modern career, where he ended up talking to a badger on a podcast. So,
that is the problem.
That should be what they tell kids. Don't do coke, or this is what you end up talking to.
Yeah, maybe it's a warning I might have heeded. It's one of those things where, look, it can have the right effect at the right time, but it's not something you want to rely on. It can be a dangerous flame to play with, and it can certainly... Yeah, I was like that with booze and coke for a while, and look, I had some glorious peaks, I had some hideous troughs. You got to get off that train eventually.
I used to drink pig milk out of a trough.
Pig milk?
Yeah.
So you squirted the pig's milk into the trough?
No, Mum and Dad did it for me.
Oh, right. So was it out of the pig into the trough is what I'm concerned about. Did they milk it into a bucket, then put that into a trough, yeah?
Well, no, it was strange because my father, he was a 60-odd-year-old Filipino man, and it always used to be in his underpants, and he'd squeeze it out into the trough.
That's why you grew up so big and strong, isn't it?
Yeah, I make my own pig milk now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nice, I bet you've got a bathtub full, haven't you?
Well, I have to store it, and I've got no refrigeration in here, so yeah, I just put it in.
Room temperature pig milk.
Yes. It brings out the salty goodness.
I bet.
Are there any? We've said that cocaine has its good sides, but has its downsides.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other drugs that you would say probably need legalizing, as there's nothing wrong with them?
Yeah, most of them, I think. Like magic mushrooms, definitely. I think probably LSD as well. LSD's been a very positive force in my life. I'd highly recommend acid. Maybe not to you. You've seen too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want all that coming back out. But to normal people, go out in nature on a sunny day and take a tab of acid, is what I would say. Don't do it in a basement. Not at the moment. Well, if you like, it's too wintry for an acid trip. Well, to be fair, it could be nice. You just got to be somewhere nice with nice people. Like, you just got to be somewhere beautiful, because people always do it in a basement. Like, if you did it in your house full of pig milk, you're gonna have a bad time. Do it somewhere nice.
I like pig milk.
Well, you might have a lovely time hallucinating about how much pig milk you've got, but for anyone else, it'll be a haunting nightmare.
What's wrong with that?
Well, like, if I saw your jars of pig milk when I was on acid, I'm going to assume that that's going to upset me, because it would if I wasn't on acid.
Perhaps if I gave you a bit of pig milk, though, it might make you a bit more like Mr. Badger.
I'm all right. I'm vegetarian, and I think I'm going to go vegan if it means I don't have to drink pig milk.
Oh, that's not very nice. I've prepared some especially for you. I was going to post it to you.
Well, I appreciate the gesture, but as I say, it's just against my beliefs. I really thank you for doing that. And, it's the thought that counts, and I appreciate the thought.
And this is why I don't like vegans. Ungrateful.
Well, I've been one for nearly 2 minutes now, and I'm glad I'm upholding the stereotype.
Yeah. Well, again, no. Maybe I'll find some drugs that'll render you immobile, and I'll force some into your lips.
Hey, there we go. Although I've got quite a tolerance, so, make it something good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll find something. At the moment, the things that I'm knocking out, they're only about, I don't know, 6-7 stone, something like that. How heavy are you?
I'm about 16 stone.
So what's that? 3 to 4 kids. Yeah, I can sort that.
All right.
Why?
You're gonna have to put a few more bricks in your sack, aren't you?
Yeah. So why did you decide to come on here to talk about drugs? Is there something you're doing to do with drugs or something?
No, not in particular. I'm on the legalization train. I just like them, and I like spreading the good word. I've always been a big fan of them, particularly weed. I do, it's been my particular flavour. I particularly enjoy puns around it. So I've named my new comedy special "Back on the Grass." Go check that out on YouTube. It's out Sunday the 29th. I don't know when this is coming out, but if it's after that, watch it. If it's
So what's that? It's Sunday the 29th.
Yeah, of November 2020, if you're watching this in the future. It's called Back on the Grass. I filmed a comedy special at loads of little outdoor gigs during the little perineum between lockdowns. And I was smoking a lot of weed. Someone on my Twitch stream came up with the idea for the name, and I thought it was very funny. So shout out Frey Bentos from my stream.
Frey Bentos?
That's it. That's his name online.
I was going to say, I don't think that's his real name.
No, I don't know if he was christened that, of the Bentos clan.
Unless he is the richest man in existence who created the most delightful meal ever.
Do you think the owner of Frey Bentos tinned pies is the richest man on earth?
Have you never eaten Frey Bentos pies?
I have, yeah, I have it. Look, I'm not a man who's never eaten a Frey Bentos. I'm just saying, I don't know if he's number one.
Let's just say I know how much Jamie Oliver is worth. And if he's worth that much, Frey Bentos should be a fucking billionaire.
Yeah, all right, I'll roll with it. Fuck it.
Christ, imagine if he had the choice to feed school kids. Fucking hell.
That would be so much better. I would have loved that so much more if I was at primary school and it's like, right, every meal now it's a tinned pie. I would have been like, fucking yeah.
Yeah, you probably look like one of the mutants off Fallout, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it wouldn't do well for you. Like, my school food was like that. Like, you can't have had good school dinners when you were what's a baby badger called?
A badgelet.
A badgelet? Ooh.
No, it's a cub. It's a, but
a bachelor. I believe that totally as well. This is why you shouldn't do drugs, kids.
Because you'll believe talking badgers.
Badgelets.
Yeah. But I remember, this is a true story. I remember when I was at school, we had something called cheese pie, which was cheese baked on a tray and then cut into squares.
So not even in pastry.
No.
Just baked cheese.
Baked cheese, and it was called cheese pie.
What did you have with one of them?
Probably chips. It wasn't the healthiest school on the planet.
No, like mine was like burgers every day and like green custard and shit. It was like properly the stuff that Jamie Oliver wanted to knock on the head. But
I've got green custard.
Is it next to your pig milk? Is that what you call the old pig milk when it's gone off? It's turned. It's become the green custard.
No, the green custard leaks at the back end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, you really should get this seen to, just all of this. Can you do like an online doctor? Like on Embarrassing Bodies, they sometimes do a thing where they just get someone to video call in and show their diseased dick. Couldn't you do something like that?
What? Show them me eating a bagel with green custard on?
I mean, you should show that to a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or put it on your OnlyFans, or both. You know, if you're not putting that on your OnlyFans, you are missing a trick.
I was going to say, there's a lot of specialist viewers on my OnlyFans that ask for very, very bizarre things, but I am
very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you take requests. You're like a wedding DJ, aren't you? But with like shit porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquid.
And you will come on Eileen.
Yeah. I think that's a good end for the show.
An actual fucking joke.
Yes. So, but if you want to catch more of this, what was it called?
What?
You're fucking. How much have you been smoking already? Your show.
Loads. Oh, my special. Yeah, back on the grass, because I am.
So
go watch it on my channel, Rob Mulholland Comedy. It's on YouTube. It's fucking free. Yeah, it's a dead good stand-up special. You know, I'm dead proud of it. I've shot it over like 6 different nights and cut it all together. I think it's really cool. So yeah, I'm actually funny.
He is. He is. I would say, or I wouldn't have you on this show, but lately I've been very desperate. Tune in next week to see which gullible fucker I get on again. But it's been lovely having you on, Rob. We'll try and
Absolute pleasure, mate.
We'll try and get you back on in the future to talk about another passion of yours, which is Leeds Football Club, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll teach you about that one day, definitely, yeah.
All right, well, anyway, go and have a nice, relaxing joint or something, and I'm going to get a cup of pig milk.
All right, bye.
See you later, mate. Ta-da.